is the Bunker Podcast. If it exists, it's here.
Downloading new file.
The Bunker Podcast starts now.
And that's us live in the Bunker Podcast. We are live here in the Bunker Podcast again for the second time. Oh, God. First time. What a nightmare, to be honest. I got copyright striked on my first video. Can you believe it? Yeah, anyway. Let me adjust few things here. Let me just adjust this round like that. Adjust the microphone as well. Oh, sorry. There we go. That's probably better. I don't know. Oh. How do we look? We all right? Good to go? Good. I've done a few things since the live podcast on, when was it? Monday? Tuesday? Monday. I don't know. I am going to do a recorded podcast quite soon as well. I'm not sure quite when that's going to be. I'm hoping my levels are okay. Apparently, the best thing is, I don't know, actually. Apparently, I'm now dropping frames. Oh, God. Can I change? Can I change my settings on the fly here? Oh, that seems to work. I just changed my, I don't know if that changes anything or whether it changed my, oh God. I tell you what I do need to do. My microphone. I feel it's too far away from my face. I need to bring it up a little bit. Hold for me. Okay. Let's start again, shall we? Oh, God. That's better. I haven't got my pop filter here today. An experiment just to see what it's like without the pop filter. Oh, dear God. So, well, let's do the intro again, just in case I need to edit it. Let's do a little bunker intro here.
This is the Bunker Podcast. If it exists, it's here.
Downloading new file.
The Bunker Podcast starts now.
That's us in again. That is us in to the Bunker Podcast live from Tokyo. Well, actually, no, we're not live from Tokyo at all. This is just the what's it called? Shibuya Crossing. I mean, that's 4:36 p.m. right? No, a.m. Sorry, talking about it's Japan time, isn't it? It's bloody empty. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the Shibuya Crossing in Japan as a webcam. I'm not watching any live anything live tonight. But oh, look at this guy. God, he's up early, isn't he? Out for his walk. Hands on lockdown, apparently. I don't know if it is. I am currently drinking Guinness. So what's changed since last time? I've got above my head, I've got a live chat box, which I don't expect to be filling up. In fact, test it. Let's test it, shall we? Oh God! No, God! No, God! No. Sorry about that. Oh God, that's loud. Sorry, really, really sorry about that. Oh. Let's do a test. Test chat. Oh God, yes, there it is. It's working. So that is if anyone who may be watching this wants to say something. I don't know if you do or not. As I said, I'm not to be honest. This isn't. To be honest, I'm gonna get really honest with anyone who's watching this right now. You're probably the only one watching this right now because I have zero audience at all. Even though I've been doing various podcast things and YouTube things over the years. I did my first podcast in 2006. It was a gaming podcast for the official Xbox magazine at the time. It was a community podcast. It wasn't an official podcast, but it was a community podcast for that resource. They had an online website, an online forum, and me and a few other people, a few of us did a podcast. Not really to do with gaming, to be honest. It was just us kind of discussing things and talking about various things. There was one where it was the 2006 Euro football competition, I think, whatever it's called. Euro 2000. Was it the World Cup in 2006? Might have been the World Cup in 2000. Yes, it was the World Cup in 2006, wasn't it? And we kind of discussed a little bit of that. We played some music as well. Obviously, on YouTube, I'm a little bit limited what I can play. I did actually get on my first broadcast here, I got copyright striked for my theme song or my theme intro, which I've changed in this broadcast to a slightly different one. Hopefully that won't get flagged up. It may well do though. We'll see. So I'm not going to play the other intro in this video just in case it gets flagged. I suppose it doesn't really matter, as I'm not losing out on any kind of revenue from this resource at the moment. Anyway, my plan for this channel will be these kind of live podcasts and things in this part of the screen here on this side where the big window is, will be things that I'm talking about. And looking at the last time I did the Donald Trump broadcast live, which it was more about waiting for him to come. So I don't think I'm going to do any more of them, even though I find Donald Trump kind of hilarious. I might do a few Donald Trump themed videos during this live podcast, but otherwise I'm going to be doing other things as well, looking at other things, talking about various things surrounding the world and the current situation that we find ourselves in. And I'm hoping that I will get an audience along the way, but I don't know if I will. That I could be talking to myself at the moment. So, as I can't see view accounts at the moment, what I will do is try and introduce something that I can actually see view accounts, so I can at least see if someone's watching, and then at least if someone's watching, then I can talk to them, instead of myself. And then if they're kind enough, they might put something up here, and I can talk to them directly. And then my ultimate goal for this podcast is to get other people on here talking as well. That's the goal. So these live podcasts, along with pre-recorded podcasts, I haven't done one yet. I'm going to do one. I'm thinking this weekend I will do a pre-recorded podcast. I'm not sure of the subject matter at the moment, but I'm going to work that out. It's liable to be something to do with entertainment, TV shows, because there is a big TV show starting this Sunday. For me, big TV show starting this Sunday is The Last Kingdom. I'm looking forward to it. If you haven't seen The Last Kingdom, highly recommended catching up on Netflix. It's a bit too late to in time for this new series to start watching it, but I'd certainly recommend watching it anyway. So let's just so that's The Last Kingdom. Yeah, watch it. Let's have a little look at my setup here. So this is a live bunker podcast. I've tried to set the screen up in a way that is visually pleasing. I've tried to keep it quite dark. I might even take it darker. I've got the white text up there of the live chat and the bunker podcast. I might take that darker. I don't want anything too bright, because my plan is that I'm going to be doing live podcasts at night, so that it's it's kind of dull, and it's I don't want any. I don't want anything. What I hate, I don't know about anyone else, but when you're late night and you're watching something on YouTube or something, and it's too bright, and it's like, it hurts your eyes. So I want to keep everything quite dark, toned down, which I suppose works in this one, because we're looking at a stream of the can I flip this camera, because it's really annoying me that when I point over here, I'm going to flip this camera. Video capture, flip vertically. No, horizontally I want. How do I do that? How do I flip it? I don't think I can. What's the point of being upside down? Don't know. Surely I can flip it horizontally, right? Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, Scaling aspect ratio. Oh, I don't even know. If anyone's watching this live right now, I suppose it would help if I told you what. It's obvious. No, it isn't obvious. If you stream on YouTube, then you know exactly what software I'm. Ignore that. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It's just this way. This is my left, and this is your right. Whereas I really want this to be my right. I want to point this way. Because over this way is the screen. So this is the big screen. This is the main. This is the camera screen. Chat up above. I got my my logo title up at the top. I got a little live thing there, and some matrix code because I'm a fan. And if we can, oh, that refreshed. You can see it slowly getting lighter there in Tokyo. 10 to 5 in the morning. There's quite a few people around. Obviously, it's Friday morning there in Tokyo. Normal working day. It's not quite as bad a situation as it is here in Tokyo. So bear with me a moment. If you're watching this, actually, you know what? Let me just come right out and say, right, if you are watching this randomly, by any chance, please type something. I don't really care what it is. Just say that you're watching this. I'll wait. That's fine. That's fine. I don't mind if anyone's. No, that's fine. That's fine. I tell you why no one's watching this. I searched for this live podcast on my previous live podcast using a different account. Well, actually, two versions. I did it on a different account and I did it on no account at all. So the fact that I searched on YouTube the Bunker Podcast Live or just Bunker Podcast and then looked for the live streams, it wasn't on there. It just wasn't on there. It didn't come up on the search at all. So this isn't coming up at all. I'm gonna have to put up so many videos to even scratch YouTube's back into giving me some kind of search listing. It's ridiculous. If someone can't accidentally find this broadcast, I have no hope at all. Literally, I have no hope at all. That's fine. I'm not planning on this being a successful channel. Because how do I do that? Really, I'm just gonna try and share loads of content up on here. I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of schedule. I'll probably keep this kind of format for the live stuff, and the not live stuff, I don't quite know what I'm going to do with that yet. I don't know if I'm going to do it in this kind of format with the video, or is it going to be audio. Who knows? Anyway, let's talk about the subject of the hour, which I haven't mentioned. I didn't mention in my last stream, and I'm hesitating in mentioning it by name in this stream because I know these. Let's mention it. Coronavirus, COVID-19. Whether that's going to pick up with any YouTube algorithm, I don't know. Let's play my intro again just to see whether anything picks up. I might get flagged or anything. But anyway, this is it. So before I play this, this is a intro made by someone who I hired to do this. I didn't steal this from anywhere, which kind of begs the question, why did my first intro get flagged? But, you know, there was no guarantee on if it was going to be, you know, non-copyright. Hopefully this one's non-copyright, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble, especially streaming on YouTube. I might have to get something else. But I am happy with this one. This is it. This is my intro that I plan on using throughout my podcasting on YouTube.
This is the Bunker Podcast. If it exists, it's here.
Downloading new file.
The Bunker Podcast starts now.
That's it. It's fine. It's fine. It's not the best. But it's better than I can do anyway. I might do a version just as something else. What I was hoping was have 3 different versions of like some kind of intro music, or some kind of trying to get a, what's the word? A kind of a vision, not a vision. What's the word when you've got a something that is across everything that you do? I don't know. I know the word I'm thinking of. Anyway, you know, something that encompasses everything you do. So you have an intro, you have something funny in the middle to split something or 2 different sections, and then something at the end. You know, that kind of thing. That's what I wanted. I still don't know the word. Well, I do know the word. I just can't remember the word. How long we've been going now, anyway? Where does it tell me on the broadcast time? 24 minutes. There we go. 24 minutes. I'm going to try not to edit this one. Okay, going to keep this raw. Just so if somebody does pick up on a future podcast, they might come back and watch this one and go, oh yes, yeah, blah blah blah. You know, as we all do with YouTube videos, you know, you find a YouTube video you like a little bit, and then you go, oh, that's right, and you go back and watch the old videos. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm not a YouTuber. As I said, I've done podcasts before. I've not really done too much things on, I haven't really done anything on YouTube, especially YouTube videos. I'm not too bad at editing. Sound is something that I'm still getting to grips with. I've got a microphone here. You can kind of see, kind of blending in background. I've got a camera here. It's nothing special. It's just a standard webcam. The microphone is a Blue Yeti Nano. So it's not the full-blown Blue Yeti that if it was it, then it would be blocking my face right now. It's a smaller version, which I find good. It's a good little microphone. It's I like it. It's not too big. I do kind of want to, assuming that this YouTube and this podcast goes fairly well. I'm talking fairly well means, more than one listener. If I can get someone else watching or listening to this, then it's a success. What I want is a boom or something that comes down here, comes up from my desk and kind of comes down here in front of my face here. And I can kind of move it backwards and forwards and I can kind of sit back. And I don't have to worry about getting closer to the microphone or being too loud or be too quiet, or I'd rather have that kind of freedom than having to gather around this little dome that I'm gathering around at the moment. I can have something up here and I can kind of pull towards me and move around. Whereas if I touch this now, it's going to make a noise. Anyway, how are we doing on Shibuya Crossing? To be honest, I'm guessing it being Japan and it being, what's the time in Japan at the moment? Well, it's getting towards 5 o'clock in the morning. We're not quite at the rush hour in Japan at the moment, so usually if you go forward in about an hour's time, it's going to be busy as. But at this current time, it's fairly quiet. But Japan's they're having their problems at the moment. Not quite as bad as the UK. But it was in Japan first, and they kind of managed it, and it's coming back a bit, and it's not quite. They haven't quite got a handle on it at the moment, but they're in a better position than we are. So, what can I say? Plus, the weather's a lot better there as well. Let's check, actually. Shall we check the difference between the weather in... I've got my drink here. Let's check the weather in... oh, God. I've got a tablet down here, by the way. Check the weather in Japan. Let's just go to Google, shall we? It's quicker. Oh, that's bright in my screen. So this is Tokyo weather. That's bright. Turn that down. That is too bright. Tokyo weather at the moment is 9 degrees. Ooh, that's kind of the minimum temperature here, isn't it? I think 9 degrees. With a maximum temperature on Friday of 16 degrees, then it goes up to 20 degrees on Saturday, which is actually similar to here. But Japan is a lot warmer country than here. And looking into next week, it's getting up to 25 degrees, whereas here it's going back down to 18 degrees, something like that. So, we here at the Bunker Podcast, currently in London, in our bunker here. We are actually in a bunker. We're underground. I just assumed that you would assume that we was in an underground bunker. I don't know, but we are. We're on lockdown. All right. They said we're not allowed out, so we're locked down. That means I'm in an underground bunker. I haven't left this bunker for 4 weeks. Just so you know. All right. Anyway, tomorrow 22 degrees. So very similar temperature to Japan at the moment. Obviously, it's going to change in next month or so. Japan's going to warm up to 30 degrees, and UK is probably going to stick around this kind of temperature. I mean, to be honest, 22 degrees. I mean, that's a good temperature for the summer. I mean, if we're lucky, we're going to get 22 degrees in June or July, and we're in April at the moment. So that's a bit of a heat wave, really, isn't it? Oh, apologies, I'm getting messages. So, I am debating whether to stop this video or reply to these messages while I'm still streaming. Interesting. I'm gonna have a little look to see if anyone's actually watching this. Please bear with me. It's my how can I tell? How can I tell? What I'm currently doing is very bright. Oh, hold on. It would help if I'm logged into the right Google account. Let's log into the correct Google account, which is currently, and watching now is 0. Big fat 0. Let me see if I've had any viewers. Nope. 0 viewers. Well, this is good. Well, considering... Sorry, that was very bright. Apologies. I'm assuming that maybe someone might watch this at a later date. But for now, I'm going to call that it. We're at 33 minutes, 40 something seconds, 50, 51, 52 seconds. I'm going to call that it for this live podcast. It is really just me kind of setting up the premise. Following my first live podcast, kind of hoping this one looks a little bit better, maybe sounds a little bit better. I already know the camera angle is a little bit better, although it's moved a little bit. I think I must have knocked it or somehow. But the camera angle is a little bit better here because you can actually see me. Oh god, not my camera. You can see my face, which is good. In the last one, I was like this. So I've raised everything up a little bit, make things look a little bit better. So from Shibuya Crossing to the chat above. Call that it. thanks for watching. If you have watched, I do hope you, if you're watching this now, please have a little listen to my recorded podcasts when I actually put them up, which will be this weekend. Will be at least one episode this weekend. Have a go. I welcome any kind of criticism, feedback. I'm a sponge. I'm a sponge. Soak it in. As I said, I've done this before, but I've never done it here before. So, take care. Be safe. Keep it real. Stay cool.